Hi, everybody, and welcome to a new episode with American Truck Simulator. It's a big day. Oklahoma has been released just a little while ago. We are at the border in Wichita Falls, Texas. We've got a load of nuts from Tyson loaded up on the back of our truck here. We'll be taking it across the border, about 107 miles, a 2-hour journey. You may notice that we start to yawn relatively soon, so we're going to be sleeping before we get across to the border. We're going up to Lawton, Oklahoma. I'm excited for a new DLC. We'll kind of drive up there, we'll drop it off, and then we're going to try to do one more delivery, so a double header episode today. It is now game time, about 2 p.m. on Wednesday, and I'm going to try to do a double delivery here with this one. So looking forward to checking out Oklahoma. It's always exciting when there's a new DLC. Let's not take that sign out as we do. Nice and wide. Good. So we'll head up there. We got nice day for a drive and everything like that. Now, if you've been following the channel, you know that it's all about career saves. We have 2 careers going on the channel. One that I'm calling Big World, which has added the Mexico maps, the coast-to-coast maps. It's added the Canada Pro mods, the Arizona reworked, and things like that. This, however, is not that save that we've been doing. This is the basic core save that we've had running for almost 100 episodes right now. Hopefully this bus goes. Come on, bus, let's go. We're going back to this one, well, because version 1.48 has been added in, so a lot of those map mods have to be updated. Plus, we can kind of come right in here and head right over to Oklahoma. And in the other save career, we were way down at the tip of Mexico. Wow, there's a lot of traffic out today. This will also be my first look at version 1.48 in the game, so I'm excited about that too. We might get a chance to talk a little bit about some of those features. I do want to talk a little bit about some of the achievements. Oh, this guy's letting us go. Nice. Thank you, sir. But over here, they're letting us go too. Everybody's being nice. Nice. These Texas drivers are so nice to us here. I am curious to see about some of the driving AI, because usually each version, the traffic AI feels a little bit different. And 1.47, let's just say that some of the AI drivers felt particularly creative in the game, and we were seeing some interesting adventures. So I'll be curious to see how the drivers here in 1.48 handle things. But again, we've got a wonderful day. We will be doing 2 deliveries. We've got 1 hour and 49 minutes left on this. Halfway through, I am going to be sleeping. We are yawning in the game, so we're pretty tired game time. But there's a rest stop. Yep, there we go. We just yawned. There's a rest stop about an hour down the road, so we'll pull over there, sleep, and then I'll probably do a double sleep so that we get to drive in the daytime, because we want to see Oklahoma as we head across the border here. So we'll check in a little bit, either as we reach that first rest area. Now, this is Texas, where I seem to be challenged to make these right turns and stuff like that. Looks like we've got to be left. We don't want to go right. Last thing I want to do is head in the wrong direction. And then, of course, we'll be checking in as we get into Oklahoma. So see you in a little bit. Oklahoma! Oh, that sign snuck up on us. I didn't even see it there. So we are officially in the Oklahoma state. I thought it would be farther up, but yeah, we were really close there. Looks like we got some toll roads here in Oklahoma as well. We have a toll up shortly here. So we are in the Oklahoma state. Here we get the Oklahoma state flag on the right. And I think I'm going the wrong way. Left lane, must exit ahead. We don't want that. Cutting this car off. Oh, don't hit it. Ah, toll of $4 paid. Nice. That's a little deceptive exit there. We didn't need to be there. We do need to exit over here, which is what we're trying to do. Sorry, creating all kinds of chaos already. But Oklahoma is okay. So we are in the Elman Garmin Plaza. Was that what it was? Anyway, we're right up here. The first thing we want to do is to sleep, so we kind of stop yawning and have all these other problems happening. I do see gas, but we missed it. So we'll just pull up here and sleep. There's gas on the other side there, but I think it looks like you can only do one or the other here. You can either get gas or you can sleep. So we'll pull over here and nighty-night. So I did a double sleep here so that we could be driving in the daytime. Lawton is right across the border here, and we are just about 24 minutes away. One of the things that we can do in Lawton, so one of the achievements is in Oklahoma. Looks like there are 4 specific achievements for Oklahoma, and which is odd because I thought there were 86 achievements in the game, and now there's 91, and I can only see 4 for Oklahoma. So I don't know whether I just had the math wrong or there's a 5th achievement that's just a general achievement for the game. Maybe that's the case. Maybe if somebody knows, they can let us know down in the comments down below, because I thought there were 86, and 86 and 5 is 91. So what is that extra achievement that comes for Oklahoma here? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. There are 4 specific achievements for Oklahoma. One of them is called Big Wheels Keep on Turning, which is complete 3 deliveries of Big Tires cargo from both tire factories in Lawton, which is where we're going, and Ardmore. So it looks like if we're lucky, we can drop off these nuts and then pick up a delivery of big tires from the factory here in Lawton, which will get us one of the 6 deliveries we would need for that Oklahoma achievement. We'll see. And then the other achievements are visit each of the 10 cities in Oklahoma. Then you've got, Lawton discovered. There we go. The Sooner State, 1 out of 10. And I'm going 50 miles an hour past the In-N-Out Burger in downtown. We're going to get a speeding ticket. But nope, not so far. So that's one. Visit each one of the cities in the state. So we're 1/10 of the way there now. Can do is there are 10 cutscenes in Oklahoma. So find all 10. This one's a cool one. This is kind of a grindy one, but I kind of like those. School bus capital. So apparently maybe there's a big school bus industry in Oklahoma. It says deliver 5 bus hood cargoes to the bus factory in Tulsa and take 5 school bus cargoes from the bus factory in Tulsa. So that one would be a kind of fun one to deliver. To be able to deliver a bus, that's pretty cool. So I'm kind of looking forward to that one. But anyway, we are in Lawton. This is a smaller town. We are 12 minutes away from our delivery. Looking forward to seeing how we can do backing up. If you're not familiar with this series, one of my house rules is that when the truck is moving, I always use first person point of view. So sitting in the truck, I don't use external views, especially for backing up. I find it makes it more interesting. And the other kind of house rule is that unless there's extenuating circumstances like I have to go in real life or I'm really tired in the game and backing up is going to kind of cause all kinds of sleep problems, that the general rule is that when at all possible, I finish the deliveries by doing the hardest backup option available, except for like the tandems where I can do anything. I've kind of reworked the configuration file to allow those like 270 experience parking. I don't do all of those because some of those are absolutely insane. Although if you look on Twitter, you will see people who are absolutely amazing at doing the double tandem backup jobs and stuff like that. Come on, let's go, people. Not an encouraging sign here from our AI drivers when the ambulance waits for 30. He was probably texting on his phone. That makes maybe more sense. Anyway, I'm babbling. We'll see you in a couple minutes as we get to our first parking job here. We are here at Swift Industries to drop off our nuts. See what kind of parking we get. I'm hopeful that we get a nice 90. I feel like I want a nice parking challenge here. Let's see what we've got. I'm not sure I've parked at a place with a footprint like this before. Let's see what we get. Generally, when I want a 90, we get a 40. Yeah, we got a 40. All right. Oh, it looks relatively straightforward. And that means, of course, that I will probably butcher this completely. Especially, I feel like after the new DLC is released, that oftentimes there are people that are coming back to the game to kind of find the channel. They're new to the channel. Then, of course, that means I just absolutely butcher the parking job. Okay, so now we're going to go past the spot. Past it. Now we're going to turn. So that's what a lot of truck drivers, I'm always surprised that how many truck drivers watch the series. I think I'm going to clip that poll coming back. But one of them was saying when you do line up for parking, just as kind of a parking tutorial here, that you want to go past the spot a lot. I think we can do this. Well, let's see how this goes. I feel like we might be able to do this. I need to go tighter to it. But maybe we're okay. We're kind of up on the grass here. I feel like there was a pole there we're going to hit. Maybe not. Oh, we're right on that pole. We have to go straight for a little bit. I think we're okay. Nah, we totally butchered this. Maybe not. We can save it, maybe. Looking in the mirror over there, I don't want to hit the pole. Yeah, I totally cut this wrong. We really need to cut this tight. Maybe we can turn it back, though. I just totally missed it. Actually, I think I did a pretty good job. I just got the angle wrong here. Now we got to straighten it out. Other way. Oh, that's where we need to go. What's going on? See? I knew it. I absolutely knew it. Whenever there's pressure here, let's go. All right. We'll straighten it out and we'll get in. We'll just drive up here into the woods a little bit. Hopefully we can get this. Oh, we got it. Very generous here. If we take a look, that was not one of our better park. We're not at all in it. But they gave it to us. Okay, let's rack up our nuts here. See how much money we get. It's not very much. I think actually it's like $4,000 maybe. Oh, speaking of which, the other thing I forgot to mention, there is an event going on, which is to deliver from 10 to and from 10 different Oklahoma cities. So just inching up to level 28 here. So this should give us one of these deliveries. Yeah, there we go. If we look at Cruisin Oklahoma, we are now 1 of 10. Excellent. And if you complete the whole 10 deliveries before the 1st of October, that's a whole month. Wow, that's nice. Then you get a custom paint job. And then there are some community goals, black swallowtail ornament. Ooh, that's kind of cool. That sounds kind of fun. Truck there too. But that's the community one there. Okay, anyway, I will go find another job. I want to see if we can get some of those big tires. That sounds like that should be kind of fun. Let's see if something like that is available and be right back. Heading out here from our first delivery, unfortunately, there were no big tire deliveries available. I kept refreshing the external contracts and I checked the freight contracts, but I just didn't see any. There are new special transport deliveries available from the city, which is kind of cool, but no, the big tires. I was hoping we'd get a big tires load, but it was not to be. So instead, we're gonna head over about 18 minutes away, pick up a load of cars, and take them up to Tulsa. And one of the things that I noticed on this too, if we look at the map on Oklahoma here, I'll just pop it up here. It's a relatively small state. I mean, compared to Texas, of course. We look at Texas, but even I think, well, I guess if we compare it to Colorado, but yeah, I guess it might be one of the smaller DLCs to come out because you need to have deliveries of 100 miles or longer for the achievements, and it's only 60 miles up to Clinton. So it's only 220 miles from Lawton up to Tulsa, which will take us about 4 hours. So kind of diagonal across the state, especially in this box part of the state here, not the kind of the handle to the pan that we can see, the pot handle up here. It's only 226 miles. So a relatively, manageable and contained DLC. And I think it was actually, of course, a little bit cheaper than the other DLCs too. So it should be interesting too, because I wonder if that means that some of these DLCs will start to come out faster than before. I know Kansas is, that car's going to hit us? No, okay. I know Kansas is next, which should be fun. And we are definitely, with Oklahoma, into the Midwest. I think this is definitely, there's the western states and then the Midwest part of the United States. And this definitely starts to feel, with just kind of the emphasis on agriculture and things like that, we're starting to shift into, it's still got a western feel to it, but we're really starting to kind of slip into the heartland of the United States now with these new DLCs. Come on, car. Nice. Oklahoma people, very nice. Anyway, we'll get down the road here, 13 minutes to pick up our load of cars and taking it up onto Tulsa. So we'll see you in a little bit. Here we are at Alamo Rent-A-Car, apparently. And I think our trailer is over here. So we must be shuffling around some rental cars somewhere. That looks like it is our trailer right there. And we got to pick it up from the other side. It's a little challenging. Yeah, it must be from the other side. Now, one of the features too, oh, blimey. Okay. Can't get there from here. So I'll back this up and sort it out. But what I was saying before that happened is one of the features here with version 1.48 is that they have created new trailers for cars, for vehicles. And so I think we can look at that. Yeah, those are completely different than what they were before, for sure. So we're going to try out one of the new features of version 1.48. Can we get past there? Is that little barrier there? Kind of already up on the lawn already. So I guess hopefully Alamo people don't mind if we do a little bit of treading on their turf. But I think we can go here. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, so we'll come around the other side, then pick it up. But yeah, we can see these new new car trailers are completely redesigned here for this game. So for this version, which is kind of cool. So we'll be get this hooked up, then we'll be on our way. Yeah, so we can take a look at these. These are completely redesigned. These are absolutely brand 100% new trailer type here. It looks good. All updated and modern and everything like that. with that being said, let's get on our way. We've got a 3-hour and 58-minute journey to get us from where we are now in Lawton up to Tulsa. I'll wipe up the side of the building here. And this is a little bit of a tight squeeze to get out of this Alamo place. So we'll get out on the road, and then we'll chat a little bit as we go on, and kind of some observations about Oklahoma and stuff. It is so much fun to have a new state. I mean, we can check out some of the features on 1.48 too. It's always a grand day when we've got a new state, and making so much progress now with the U.S. I mean, we're not too far away from getting to some of the eastern states, I suppose. I mean, I guess we got to climb up through places like Minnesota and stuff like that, but I'm curious to see too when they start packaging them together. We got to get North Dakota, South Dakota. Still a lot of work to do, I guess. But most of the states, though, in the West are the bigger states, right? I mean, and Texas, of course, was massive. So going forward, most of the states are going to be like Oklahoma size, or perhaps even quite a bit smaller. Ready for the DLC for Rhode Island. 2 cities, 99 cents. Anyway, we'll get on the road a little bit, about another hour, and we'll check in. What a dummy. There was a cutscene in Lawton. I completely missed it. Now I'll have to come back. That was such an opportunity missed there. I was just driving out of the town now, and I thought, I should check to see if there are any cutscenes. And of course, we're going the other way, and it's way on the other side of town. So I'm not going to go back and get it now, but opportunity missed. So these are cashless toll booths, and you can go through them at 45 miles an hour. That's kind of cool. Most of the toll booths in the game, I feel like they ask you to slow down a lot, but not these Oklahoma toll booths. We're just cruising right through them. Auto paid and everything like that. We're about an hour into our journey up to Tulsa, and we are in Oklahoma City now, cruising through Oklahoma City. And right up ahead here, we have a photo option here. So let's take advantage of that by clicking here. Photo studio, photo mode. See if we can take a picture. What is it here? Skydance Bridge. Oh, that must be this thing. That's kind of cool, I guess. Must be some famous thing in Oklahoma. It looks like is it a pedestrian bridge that goes into the south of Oklahoma City? Anyway, that's kind of cool. Let's go up high here and take a picture of that. I think that looks like a very well-framed picture. We got Skydance Bridge, we got Oklahoma City off in the background, we've got our cars, our new trailer, our truck heading up to Tulsa, and we have photo trophy is captured. While I'm in here, I did want to show one more thing here with the galleries here, because this is, where is it? Photo Studio Galleries. We go in here. This is new with version 1.48, which is, if you click on this and then click enter, it shows you, it cuts out to a cutscene that shows you the kind of the panoramic, I think, of that particular city. We'll give it a second to load here. So the cutscene for the city of Lawton shows up here. This, I wonder if this is the cinematic viewpoint that you get in the game. So you can see it any time once you've been to the city, even though you actually haven't been to the particular cutscene itself. Baptist Church, Independent Fundamental. There you go. But anyway, I'm going to jump out of this, but it is kind of, I think, an interesting feature. Now, there are 10 cities in Oklahoma, but only 5 of them are here. I don't know if that means they're only the ones that have cutscenes. And likewise, I think, if we look at California, there's more cities in California. These are the ones with cutscenes. We've seen all of them for Nevada. And I know we've been to all the cities in Nevada, but there's more than 10 cities in Arizona as well. So that's kind of a cool new feature. It does take a little while to load up, and I'm not sure how many times I'll actually go in and want to revisit the cutscene from a city I've been to, but it's kind of nice as like a little bit of a collector thing, I suppose. All right, back on the highway now. We've got about 2.5 hours left to go before we get up to Tulsa. I think just some general observations on the state, right? First of all, this is I would say kind of a moderate DLC. It's got, I think we gotta go out here. We don't want to be in this lane, right? Yeah, there we go. We're going this way. I gotta pay attention to the turns and stuff like that. Why isn't Sky talking to me? Hang on one second. I gotta fix that. All right, now we got Sky back in business. We weren't getting any warnings there. I rely on Sky to tell me when I'm screwing up here. But to go back into that, some general observations on Oklahoma so far. First of all, I think it's important to realize that we're going too fast and Sky's telling me. Keep right. Yes, okay. Oh, wait. Which way do we want to go here? there's no, I guess this way? Is this right? Looks like it's right. That was, oh yeah, okay. It was a little confusing there. Please mind the speed limit. Sky's really busy now. She's distracting me here, but we'll stay focused. But again, to get back to that original point, I think some general observations on it. First of all, this is it's a modest DLC compared to the spectacular grandeur and size, at least from a size perspective, for Texas, because Texas was just massive. I mean, Oklahoma is a fraction of the size of what Texas was, so it's just it's less of a spectacle and just less grand in scope. Having said that, too, I think a second element here is, as we start to kind of get these Midwestern DLCs, the nature and the spectacular grandeur of the nature in the DLC is going to be a lot less as we work through the central part of the United States. I mean, the Midwest isn't known for its spectacular mountains, its vistas. It's going to be a lot of agriculture. It's flat, like we're seeing here with Oklahoma as well. So it's a different type of driving experience than something like, we paid a toll. Oh, cool. Something like Colorado or Idaho or, even Washington with its massive forests and stuff like that. California with its coastal seaways. There's just, and the kind of the desert scenery that you get in kind of Arizona and things like that. There is just, I think, a greater natural splendor to the western third of the United States rather than the middle third, which, North Dakota and South Dakota are, people talk about driving across North Dakota as being absolutely mind-bendingly boring. So one of the questions is, as we start to get to those states, how can we make those appealing as a gameplay experience? And to a certain degree, you can't, right? I mean, it's just, North Dakota's flat and it's a lot of the same scenery. It's going to be a different driving experience than something like Colorado. But I think it's just important, if you're thinking about picking up this DLC, to realize that you're starting to kind of build up this kind of comprehensive USA driving experience, and each of these regions is going to feel different. But this next kind of swath of states, if you would, from Oklahoma up through the Dakotas, Kansas, Nebraska, even Minnesota to a degree, I think it's just going to be less splendorful than a lot of the states that were out in the West there. So I think that's important. And I kind of like, this is kind of, heartland deliveries. We got kind of the school bus ones. We got the big tires. It's going to be agriculture and stuff like that. Wow, they're really racking up the tolls here for us. But you have to kind of accept that this is going to be part of the driving experience. And then it's going to be kind of cool, I think, as we get to the east, there's going to be more cities. It's going to be more congested. Get the west, the heartland. Then you get out into the Midwest, the heartland. You get onto the west, you're going to get a lot more nature, which is going to be fun. But it's going to, I think, give a more kind of comprehensive USA driving experience, because driving in the western states that we've had, like the Idahos, the Montanas, the Colorados, and stuff like that, it's not the same anywhere else, really. Those are some just magnificent states from a scenic viewpoint experience. So anyway, we've got about an hour, a little over an hour left. We will kind of keep making our way down the highway here. Looks like we've got some construction going on here. And we'll see you, limit must be slower. Yep. We'll see you as we get closer to our final destination. I'm hoping I can redeem myself a little bit on the parking. I felt like I should have been able to get that 40 in one shot, but it is what it is. Woohoo! Tulsa, here we are. 2 out of 10. Oh, we didn't get Oklahoma City, even though we kind of drove right through it. There is a cutscene off the road here in Tulsa, but I figure probably get it on the way out or something like that. So Oklahoma must be something famous for school buses, because I think this is that school bus factory, and I'm hopeful that when we leave here, we can get a delivery from the school bus factory, so that our next episode will be delivering a school bus. I definitely want to do that. Looks like the entrance right there, so that's kind of cool. I mean, I do think that, kind of thinking back on that natural splendor of the DLCs and things like that, right? I do think one thing that's definitely clear as you look at these newer DLCs, though, is how much detail's been put into them. And they can really do, I think, a lot of unique things with things like new deliveries and stuff like that. I think there's a ton of potential. And the richness and the detail and the attention to detail in each one of these subsequent DLCs is just it just keeps leveling up. And then of course you see that, that's one of the reasons why they're going back to places like California and reworking the whole state, which is also really cool to see, to bring California up to the level of some of these newer states. And so it's this constantly evolving process to upgrade the existing states and bring new states into play and stuff like that. So it's just really fun to see. And I think that's one of the things that really makes these DLCs so cool, is to see how much more realistic the driving experience is, the views, the vistas, the deliveries, all these kinds of things, which makes it really fun. I always just really like when a new state comes up, and I'm really excited about the Midwest, because the Western states are very similar in many ways, in that you've got a ton of natural splendor, but this kind of feels like on kind of that core, if you would, of what the US is. So it's kind of fun to have these types of driving experiences too. And we are here, another 40, no 90s, same type of thing as we had before. And it looks like it's going to be right off on the left here, Tulsa Freight, right there. So I think what I'll do is I'll go past it, make a U-turn, come back at it. I'm going to see if I can pull past it correctly this time. I feel like I should have been able to do better than I did last time. And this one, there's nothing in the way. This, theoretically, it should be pretty easy. Can we make a U-turn here? We are not lined it up at all for it here. What I should have done is I should have made my U-turn the other way, right? Not thinking. Okay, let's try it from here, though. We'll give it a shot. Not doing very well parking today. Let's see if we can straighten her out. Gosh, I'm way off today. Maybe it's gonna give it to us? Nah. I messed it up. Oh, maybe. Yeah, it's not gonna give it to us, is it? Disappointing parking performance today for us. This is feeling pretty good. Right in the middle now. And home. Cars delivered from Alamo. We are here. Let's get our money. This was a good one. I think about $15,000, even though it was only a 4-hour delivery. So we're getting close. We've got $106,000, getting close to being able to purchase another truck. I don't know if we need a truck or a driver, a truck or a garage, but we are there. Do we get... boy, these levels come slowly now that we're up to level 27. Anyway, let me see if we got a school bus available to deliver. We had 2 out of 10 on the Cruisin Oklahoma event. Hopeful we have a school bus. Lift truck, forklifts, Tulsa. What do we got? No school bus? Seriously, I want to deliver a school bus. There's no school buses available. If I never refresh it, where are they? I'm supposed to get 5 of them. That's kind of hard if they're not giving 1 here. We get live cattle. That's good. Well, anyway, neither here nor there. We'll see what happens. This is the external contracts I'm looking at. Maybe there's school buses available on freight contracts. We click up here for Tulsa. There we go. See, that looks like a little bug maybe, huh? Because it's listed as CN school bus. It doesn't look like it's the name. It looks like they have to kind of clean up. That looks like the coding language. But there is a school bus available. A long drive, though. We don't want to take one to New Mexico. I want to try to stay in Oklahoma here. But we'll see what we get. We'll be back in the next episode. I'll put a link to it as soon as it's ready. We will try to deliver a school bus, I think, no matter what it takes. Thanks so much for tuning in. Comments, questions, thoughts. I'd love to hear them down below. Have you got Oklahoma? Are you enjoying Oklahoma? See you in the next episode. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Bye.